Maybe good things come in 5. Ohio football now has 5 wins. The Bobcats have downed the rival Redhawks of Miami 5 straight times. How'd they do it this year? 5 rushing scores. Sweet symmetry for the streaking Cats. Starting tailback Vince Davidson posted a career-high 103 yards on the ground plus a score. Backup Dante Harden found pay dirt twice, and quarterback Boo Jackson matched that. All in all, the green and white gained 222 yards on the ground. That pushes Ohio into the top 30 nationally in rushing. And as Harden explains, the Cats expect that success to continue.
I feel like the running game's been going for a couple of weeks, but I feel like you really don't know where it's going to come from. We got quarterbacks that can run, we got receivers that carry the ball, we got running backs that carry the ball. So I feel like as long as we keep mixing it up, our running game is going to stay successful.
Ohio takes a break from league play to entertain Louisiana's Ragin' Cajuns Saturday. Bobcat Blitz previews the matchup Friday night at 11. You'll hear from Bobcat boss Frank Solich and sophomore corner Travis Carey. College football still has more than a month left. For the high schoolers, though, it's put up or shut up time. Week 10 of the high school slate is upon us, and playoff hopefuls dot southeastern Ohio. In the SEOAL, Jackson clinched its spot in the Division III Region 12 playoffs with a narrow win over Chillicothe. Gallia Academy checks in at 8th, still without a spot guaranteed. Guess what? These two teams meet Friday night. In D4, Ironton maintain its spot at the top and will get a first-round home game. Ironton's possible opponent? Well, how about Alexander? The Spartans fell to 8th after a loss to Nelsonville York last week. The Buckeyes bounced up to 7th in Region 19 of Division 5 and control their own fate. TVC hockey teams Trimble and Eastern need a win and some help to clinch playoff spots. And in the MVL, Tri-Valley sits in 7th in a bunched-up D2 race, while unbeaten Sheridan has a playoff spot locked up in Division 3, Region 11. Gridiron Glory will have the latest on all playoff contenders, plus that Jackson-Gallia Academy showdown is our game of the week. Gridiron Glory live at 11:30 Friday night. There's live football tonight. Third-ranked Boise State puts its unblemished mark on the line at home against Louisiana Tech. Boise is a sliver ahead of TCU for that third spot in the BCS, so the Broncos will try to use its fourth-ranked offense to impress voters with the stage to themselves. If there were rankings in the NBA, the Miami Heat would be at the top of the intrigue poll. The question that will begin to get an answer tonight is, can Miami top the standings? The new Big Three of Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh invade Boston tonight for the NBA's lid lifter against the Celtics. Boston ousted James and his former club, the Cavaliers, from the playoffs last year en route to an Eastern Conference title. The trio played only 3 minutes together in the preseason because of an injury to Wade, but Flash is expected to start tonight. 4 other clubs open up tonight as well. The Blazers host a team that booted them out of last year's playoffs, Phoenix, and the Lakers will get their rings from last year's championship in advance of a showdown with Houston. Most other teams tip off 2010-2011 tomorrow night. Basketball's beginning accompanies baseball's end. It's the eve of the World Series with Texas in its first fall classic in franchise history. The Giants reached this point in 2002 but fell in Game 7 to the Angels. The last world title for this franchise back in '54 when they were the New York Giants. Both teams have finalized their rotations. Playoff Goliath Cliff Lee takes to the mound for the Rangers. The Southpaw is 3-0 in this postseason, 7-0 all time. And it's no fluke. His ERA sits at a ridiculous 1.26. But San Fran's ace Tim Lincecum isn't too shabby. He is the 2-time defending Cy Young Award winner after all. Lincecum has a pair of wins in October and a sub-2 ERA. First pitch is set for shortly before 8 tomorrow from the left coast. Many will offer their prediction for the World Series winner, but no one was as good at predicting the future of sports as Paul the Octopus. Paul pegged 8 World Cup matches this summer, including Spain's victory over the Netherlands in the final, before retiring from professional aquatic prognostication. Paul was 2.5 years old, and he died of natural causes. Interesting stuff there, no doubt. Mike, Aaron, back to you.
Thanks, Brian.